Hello. Are we on? We're live. Hello, everybody. What a wonderfully cool morning out this morning, right? So welcome to the Rotary Club of Gainesville Tuesday meeting at the Cade Museum. Silence your phones. If you're watching online, you know what to do. Today's song and Pledge of Allegiance. Brendan, would you want to lead us, or is there someone else who's going to step up? Nope, I didn't set it up in advance, I'm sorry.
I have no idea I was asked to do this until just now. So, all right. Let's sing God Bless America, since it's a great day to be an American. Right after Labor Day, hopefully we've all recognized those who work very hard to make our country go. Are you ready? Is there no piano? Okay, so a cappella, everybody. Out on a limb here. You ready? Help me out. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. And that was bad. All right, Pledge of Allegiance, everybody. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hopefully you have the invocation taken care of.
Yes, we do have that taken care of. And it's birthdays, so let's see. If you have your birthday, you're supposed to bring $1 up, right? All right, so we got Tom Collette, our very own Tom Collette. We got Colin Burrows, Jerry Painter, Teresa Wilson, Samantha Howell, Mary Day Coker, Simon Harris, Melanie Shore, and Tony Barr. Well, none of them are here, so let's sing happy birthday to their auras, okay? We're going to do happy birthday even though they're not here? All right, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarians. Happy birthday to you. And now, the incomparable Lori Vidal.
Wow, let's see. See how much money I got here. Just thank you for that greeting. Randy Caton's wife is in the hospital, so if you would please remember her as you are thinking about her throughout the day. So let us pray together. God of creation and creativity, we marvel at the talents that have been given to those who can take their passion and possibilities and invest their strengths, producing amazing and enjoyable experiences for us to enjoy. As we meet again today, anticipating what might be coming our way in the coming year, to allow us to be enriched by the opportunities provided right here in our community. May we be stimulated to want to experience new venues that take us to new places of enjoyment. Show us, Creator God, more of the gifts of others that enrich our lives and thrill us. We want to have more times of enjoying the life you have given us right here, sharing the moments of seeing the greatness of who you are, Father, expressed in what you have gifted others with to bring to us. I pray in your most holy name. Amen.
Do we have any guests or visiting Rotarians? No? I was told when the school year got back, these meetings were really going to take off. Come on, everybody. Let's get some guests in here. Anyway, we got an announcement from Jacob Adom. Jacob, I'm sorry, you just took a nice bite of your lunch, and I'm having you come to the mic.
Well, good afternoon, Rotarian. For those who came to my gala, thank you, and I really appreciate. You might have heard Jimbo talk about Rotary International Global Grant that Downtown Club is doing. So I want to bring to your attention, last year our club pledged 4,500. So that grant is coming along well. So far, Downtown Rotary Club has raised, including our money, almost $87,000. With that being said, it's going to go to a Rotary International grant. But raise your hand here if you're going to Zone 33 and Zone 34 Summit. Anybody? Thank you. This is very important, and it's dear to me to let you guys know that project, our project, has been selected to be the top 3 project to be presented at Zone 33 and 34 in Jacksonville from September 10th to the 14th. We are presenting on Saturday. So pray for me. They only give me 5 minutes, and that's it. So it's like a chalk tank. If you guys watch the chalk tank, so yeah, I hear you guys are laughing, so pray for me. This 5-minute speech. But if we win, it's a really great exposure. Your project will be projected to, you know how far is Zone 33, I believe, is from Caribbean all the way to Pennsylvania. It's big. So if you're there, we'll talk more. And if not, please support us and know more about that. So I just want to let you guys know about that. Thank you.
Were there any other announcements? Okay, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our president, John Thomas. John?
Thank you, Eric. Good afternoon, everybody. I appreciate you coming to the Tuesday meeting of the Rotary Club. I've got a little past president trivia for you. We'll see who's the winner. What past president used to say, "If it's not fun, we're not doing it"? It was his birthday this month. Oh, no. Jerry Painter, come on, guys, jeez. Alrighty. Well, we are working on a couple volunteer opportunities for us. So I'm working on a dinner for the Ronald McDonald House next month. So there's several dates open. We just need to pick one. Typically, they like about 6 volunteers. So if you would like to be a part of that, I know when we did it last time, we didn't have enough spots for everybody. We also have a Backpack for Kids opportunity coming up potentially on October 26th, and we'll need about 15 volunteers for that. But come see me or email me after the meeting if you'd like to take part. And a man who doesn't really need an introduction to our club, but today's speaker is Brian Jose. Brian is the director of the University of Florida Performing Arts, and in the role he provides innovative and strategic leadership for UFPA's programmatic fundraising, audience development, and community and campus outreach initiatives, as well as being a really great guy to know. Come on up here, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Is that the volume okay? Can you hear from the back? Yes? Great. John and I were just talking, and our families are from the same area in western Pennsylvania, Uniontown, Pennsylvania, a coal mining town. And yeah, it does explain our good looks collectively. Yeah. Well, thank you. This is always one of my favorite days. I love the opportunity to talk to the Rotary Club, and an opportunity for me also to say thank you for all you do in our community. You make Gainesville a much better place to be. Thank you for all of your work. I endeavor in 20-ish minutes to cover, I'll just be able to cover the fall performances, those things up through December. But I'll talk about each performer, give you a little video, a little context. There are brochure season guides on the tables. I didn't distribute them very evenly, so please just grab them from one of the empty tables if you didn't have enough. How many of you have been to an upstage performance? Oh, great, I guess about half. I want to talk a little bit about upstage because those performances have become our largest set of offerings. They comprise about a third of our season. They are our most popular set of offerings, and it's very much like it sounds, upstage. You sit on the stage with the performer. It's really an intimate experience. I have a video to show you, but just sort of back of the envelope. There's two sets, a 7 o'clock and a 9 o'clock set for upstage. We look to emulate the great clubs of New York, like Village Vanguard, Birdland. So it's really that kind of full immersive experience. There's food, there's drink. This video will give you a sense of what happens at upstage. I'll attempt to highlight those upstage performances as we go through the presentation. Tickets are on sale now. They went on sale last week, and I will say it's a good year so far. Geez, last year was a great season for ticket sales, and we're about 15% ahead where we were last year, so I'm happy for that. Our first performance of the year is Tyreek McDowell. This is an upstage performance. I love Tyreek McDowell. His bluesy voice is a gem, and it's velvet. He's only the second man ever to win the Sarah Vaughan vocal competition. This is going to be a really special performance upstage. Now, there's a few tickets left for the 7. I can still hook you up for the 9 o'clock show. Tyreek McDowell.
Every day I have the blues. Every day I have those blues. If you see me well, baby, 'cause you I hate to lose. Nobody loves me. Nobody seems to care.
What a voice, man. It's from Orlando, believe it or not, Tyreek. Our next artist, I love this guy, Jacob Jolliffe. Jacob Jolliffe Band. Jacob Jolliffe's one hell of a mandolin player. You may know if you're a Bela Fleck fan, mandolin player from the My Bluegrass Heart tour and album. He's a founder of the Yonder Mountain String Band. If you're into to bluegrass, he's already a legend at young age. We love his progressive bluegrass sound. This 7 o'clock show sold out. Still have tickets for the 9. I have good news and bad news about Fabiola Mendez. You'll see in your season guide that this performance is postponed. That's the bad news. The good news is it's because Fabiola is expecting and she can't travel. So we'll have her back next season with baby Fabiola. She's an amazing cuatro player from Puerto Rico. Maria Yedinich. So I'm going to cover some ground here. Unfortunately, her performance is sold out. That's great. But I want you to know about our Rural Arts Initiative. This is something we dreamed up with Drummond Bank, now Seacoast Bank. I didn't see Melanie here, but Melanie and I worked together. We take these performers to schools outside of Gainesville, from Cedar Key to Keystone Heights. These performers go to schools in towns with populations below 5,000, towns that usually don't get the world's great violinists in their classroom. So she'll spend a week this fall going to schools throughout, primarily west of Gainesville, but they will go all the way to Hawthorne and Cedar Key, sharing the gift of violin in this case. I have some big news for you. As we speak, there is a an overhaul going on at the Phillips Center, completely changing the acoustical environment of our hall. Now, you may have heard me talk about the Phillips Center before, the main hall, that for orchestras and for polyphony, for vocal music, it's unmatched. It is such a great space. Not to get too technical, but it has a 3-second decay. And that means the sound stays in the air for up to 3 seconds. So for an orchestra, you're surrounded by that big, bombastic, wonderful sound. It envelops you. Great for that kind of music, really challenging for Broadway, really challenging for amplified music, really challenging for spoken word because the hall's so live, it echoes. So we are in the middle right now, it's happening as we speak, of installing variable acoustic draperies. And in this slide here, let me point out to you, well, the purple ones, all right? Those are banners that move vertically. So they can be completely extended, like you see them in this image, or completely retracted. The green ones, they just work horizontally, but the same principle. And here's an image of what they'll look like when they're installed. But these draperies allow us to tune the room. So for instance, for an orchestra, we'd want them completely withdrawn. You wouldn't even know they were there so that you'd get all of that echo. But for, say, a spoken word like a comedian, you'd want all these draperies in place that we call dampen the room to stop that echo. So you'll be able to hear each and every word. It sounds like a television salesman, but wait, there's more. Also, at the same time, if you look up here, they look like giant commas circled. Those are line array speakers. These are state-of-the-art speakers. Right now, our sound is delivered from the stage. It's not particularly effective. It comes out over the audience. These speakers direct the sound to each seat. So this is about a $2 million project that's going to fundamentally change your acoustic experience in the hall. Here's an image of the hall, well, just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. You can see filled with scaffolding as it's all getting changed over. But Robbie and I programmed a number of our performers for the fall that will really let us show off this new acoustical environment to you. And the first is Hiromi. She is the pianist. She reminds me of Herbie Hancock. That great sound that he created in the 70s, tons of energy. I tell you, every pianist that comes through our halls, whether they're a classical pianist or a jazz pianist, she's their muse. They always play a Hiromi piece. By the way, that was such a nice prayer earlier. Thank you. Pilobolus, this is one of my favorite groups. I saw Pilobolus for the first time 25 years ago, more than that, and I was gobsmacked at their strength, as you'll see in the video, their creativity, their agility, and I'll tell you, their athleticism is jaw-dropping to see what they can do with their bodies, the challenges they take. This should be a bucket list item for you. If you haven't seen Pilobolus, it's worth being odd. Don't bother, it's sold out. All right, Dusty Slay's gonna be with us. This guy is really funny, stand-up comedian. He's big on Netflix right now. He describes himself as clean with an edge, so it's primarily clean humor, which I like. Southern humor. He's born and raised in Alabama. He lives his life sober now, so he has a lot of stories to build from. And He's just a really funny man, and he's always on Fallon, Grand Ole Opry. I noticed recently he's the national spokesperson for Cracker Barrel, of all things, or at least until last week. Yeah, this is Dusty Slay.
A lot when I was a kid. You know, we weren't afraid of ticks back then. We were afraid of real stuff like snakes and bears. My parents had me afraid of falling into an old well. That was our big fear. They're like, you fall into an old well, people won't find you for 3 or 4 days. I'm like, 3 or 4 days? How about if I don't come home tonight? You go looking for me. Like, I'm not a world traveler out here. You got a pretty good idea where I'm gonna be. Maybe walk around out there listening for somebody going, help! Yeah, that'll be me trapped in an old well. It's gotta be an old well, though. New well, people just come by, crank you right out of there, I guess. Old well, people just come by, throw change in there. You make a little money down in an old well. Tough to spend it, but you can make it down there. People come try to rescue you, and they're like, you're too heavy, drop all that change. I'm like, nah, you come back with stronger people. I made this money down here. I'm down here doing well. You know what I mean?
And Michael Feinstein a chance to really show off the acoustics with big band. Man, what a voice. This guy's a Broadway legend for a reason. What a voice. He'll sing great American songbooks, Sinatra, Bennett, great American musicals, Fiddler, Cabaret, those kind of things. He has Bobby Day with him, who's starring in Moulin Rouge on Broadway right now. A great big band, but just check out this guy's voice.
But how can they come true if there will never ever be another you?
It's not the Gainesville Rotary Choir, but it's good. It's good. All right. Every year I have to say to you and anyone who will listen, trust me on this, right? Trust me on this performer. Might be a performer you don't know, an art form that you're unfamiliar with, and that's probably the case here with Joseph Keckler. This is the night before Halloween. I love this guy. I am super excited about his performance. He sings Italian opera, easy enough. But he writes his own ridiculous libretto, as you will see. So he's part opera singer, part stand-up comedian, and part goth. That's why it's perfect for the night before Halloween. Anyways, trust me on this one. Joseph Keckler upstage.
One time I got into this art residency, and I was stationed in a house in the woods. And every night, as I was about to go to sleep, I would hear rapid footsteps. I thought it might be a squatter who's very in touch with my circadian rhythm, or maybe something else.
Trust me, he's fabulous. Then 2 nights later, we welcome the New Jazz Underground, made possible by our friends at Sweetwater. I love this group. These are 3 players. They're all under the age of 27. They play like they've been gigging for 40 years. I mean, they are amazing musicians. 2 of them already been picked up by Wynton Marsalis for Jazz at Lincoln Center. They play a bebop, hard bop sound, man. It's like being transported to the 50s or 60s. I think you'll like New Jazz Underground. There's still tickets left for the 7, a few, and definitely for the 9. Cremona Quartet will be here. Fabulous musicians, also sold out, sorry. Oh, debate. This is Baldwin versus Buckley, and I'm really excited about this piece. This is not a retelling of what happened in 1965. This is actually word for word. This is historical theater. This is what was said in that seminal civil rights conversation at the Oxford Union in 1965. You're seated around them like you're part of the experience. The important words of James Baldwin, of William F. Buckley, and how they resound today.
The proposition before the House, and I would put it that way, is the American dream at the expense of the American Negro, or the American dream is at the expense of the American Negro, is a question hideously loaded. Then one's response to that question, one's reaction to that question has to depend on effect. And in effect, where you find yourself in the world, what your sense of reality is, what your system of reality is. That is, it depends on assumptions we hold so deeply so as to be scarcely aware of them. A white South African, a Mississippi sharecropper, a Mississippi sheriff, a Frenchman driven out of Algeria, all of at bottom their own system of reality.
That the engines of concern in the United States are working. The presence of Mr. Baldwin here tonight is in part a reflection of that concern. You cannot go to a university in the United States, a university in the United States also presumably governed by the Lord Spiritual, as you all are here, in which Mr. Baldwin is not the toast of the town. You cannot go to a university in the United States in which practically all other problems of public policy are not preempted by the primary policy of concern for the Negro.
Hadestown. We are the Broadway house for the area. We have 2 shows at Hadestown. They're both about 1,200 seats now. There's about 500 left for each. This is really a popular show. 2019 Tony winner for Best Musical, 2020 Best Musical Album. Appropriate ages 8 and above based on the Eurydice, Orpheus and Eurydice tale.
Was a poor boy, but he had a gift to give. He could make you see how the world could be in spite of the way that it is. And Eurydice was a young girl, but she'd seen how the world was. When she fell in spite of herself, in love.
Way down under the ground. Way down.
But Hades gave her a choice to make, a ticket to the underworld.
I'm coming away from me. I hear the walls repeating. It's calling about repeating. It sounds like from hell. And I'm coming.
Just how far would you go for her?
Jake Simubakuru will be here. Last time he was here, he sold out. Phenomenal ukulele player, a viral sensation, famous for his great collaborations, Yo-Yo Ma, this last year with Mick Fleetwood, or as you'll see in this video, sometimes it's The Company You Keep, jamming with the great Billy Strings. First orchestra of the year is the Galilee Chamber Orchestra. It's an orchestra created in Israel, comprised of Arab and Jewish musicians playing for peace. Bruce Liu will be performing with them. He'll be doing the Mozart Piano Concerto 23. Also, the orchestra will play the Mendelssohn Symphony No. 3, we also know as the Scottish. I'll leave you for the fall with Postmodern Jukebox. Last time they were here, they sold out, and they're already on their way. They're over 1,000 tickets already. If you're unfamiliar with Postmodern Jukebox, they take songs that we love and often hate and give them a makeover. Like you'll see in this video, they take a heavy metal Van Halen song and give it a 60s girl group treatment, and they take a Wham Christmas song and give it the Andrews Sisters treatment. Anyways, if this is a show, it's a holiday show, if you'd like to see it, you should move quickly.
I heard the news, baby, all about your disease. Yeah, you might have all you want, baby, but I got something that you need. Ain't talking about love. Our love is right to the core. Ain't talking about love, just like I told you before. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. This Christmas, ooh, this Christmas.
Sorry about that earworm. All right, tickets are available now. You can see you can either call the ticket office or you can visit the website. I want to take a moment on a less enjoyable topic, but it's really important for all of you to know this and to spread the word. Make sure when you purchase tickets, whether it's to us or another show, another arts group, go through their website, right? There are so many bad actors out there, and it's legal, right? So if you just put in, for instance, Postmodern Jukebox Phillips Center, you'll get in your Google return a host of ticket sites that look legitimate. And all they're doing is mirroring, it looks like our site. They're just mirroring our seating chart, and they're buying the tickets right out of our inventory for $50, and they're selling them to you for $500 a piece. And I'm not joking. You see it all the time, people spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'm sure, Linda, you guys run into this too. And so just whether you're going to the Florida Theater in Jacksonville or the Strass Center in Tampa, just make sure you go through that organization's website, because otherwise it's highly likely you get taken advantage of, and you probably won't get the tickets too. So you'll pay 5 to 10 times as much, not get the tickets. Oh, and then by the way, these bad actors then go to the credit card company and get the money back from us. So they're charging you $500 for the ticket, then they're coming back to us and getting $50 out of us. So it's a total ripoff. Just guard yourself. All right, I'll get off of that topic, but it's just important. I think that was it. Thank you. What questions, if any, may I answer? And any question? How are we doing for time? Okay. Any questions? Yes.
I'm curious, Brian. Hey, Brian. Those areas that you're sending the violinist into, do those kids still have music programs within their school? Is that something that you? Yeah.
The answer is To some degree, yes. And in this case, we are sending a violinist. Last year, we sent Shakespearean actors. The year before, it's spoken word. So we try to supplement the curriculum with a host of different types of performers. The answer is some schools do have music programs, many do not. In fact, some of them we bring our own piano or our whatever it is when we go in a keyboard to make sure that the kids get a full experience. But I'll tell you, I bet you find any of those kids 10 years from now, they'll tell you every nuance of that day. You know, they really connect with the performers. It's one of the best things we do. I'm really proud of it. But we need to do it because not all the schools, in fact, most schools just don't have those kind of programs. And it makes a real difference for the kids. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you, Brian. It's great to see the improvements that's happening internally that with the curtains, and that's amazing. Are there going to be any improvements externally on the facade?
Yeah, thank you. There's actually 3 building programs going on at the Phillips Center right now. And if you've been in the Cultural Plaza, you also saw the Harn is in construction, and of course the Florida Museum is deep in construction right now. But for us, we've new HVAC system going in the lobby area. That's complete. The front of the building is going to look completely different this fall. And you may or may not know, over the past number of years, several buses have hit that overhang in front of the building. And so that's coming off. And we're putting in a new overhang to cover all 4 doors of the front and then go up the sidewalk towards the parking garage to give people cover for both drop off and for walking in. And that demo is going on right now, Eric. And it's going to take a little longer than we expect. It should be done, though, by Thanksgiving. That's what we're shooting for. But if you came over to the front of the building now, you'd see it all ripped up. And then, of course, one thing I didn't tell you is in addition to the acoustical curtains and the speakers, we're also invested in new hearing systems. So anybody that has hearing aids, especially newer hearing aids, that technology is so rapidly improving. You'll be able to connect right into the sound of the performance. Is really going to be clear and excellent.
Hi, Brian. Enjoyed that so much. Thank you. I remember in the past you've done some collaborations with Arts and Medicine. And do you still have that kind of program with some of your visiting artists?
Yes, no. No, you're right. We had a really nice thing going on, and it just kind of after COVID kind of fell off and hasn't really picked back up yet, Rebecca. So, yeah, the answer is we don't. Our artists still go do those kinds of things. It's just not as codified as it was with Arts and Medicine. Something I should probably work on.
This is a question from a dance dad whose kids sometimes dance from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. in your building.
Yes.
More comfortable chairs, are they coming? The chairs are a little old.
Oh, yeah, the chairs are. So you're talking about the seats in the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually thank you. That's actually the next project when we get the draperies and the speakers done. Our next initiative is to put in new seating. You get about 30 years out of theater seats, and we're 32 years old now, so they are coming to the end of their usable life, and that'll be within the next several years. We'll probably be able to scale that, do main floor, then work our way up the balcony, but that's the next job. Yeah.
Hey, Brian. Just curious, you said, congratulations on your ticket sales. What is it that's driving that? Is that in town, out of town? What is your demographic?
Yeah, that's a good, and I guess to say, we were talking at the table, ticket sales last year were great. This year they're up about 15%. And that's bucking the trend, I have to tell you, around the state and most certainly around the country. Ticket sales have not been very good over the last 6 to 12 months. It's been a downward trend, especially out of state. We were very fortunate, whatever your political lean is, in Florida, because we didn't really shut down during COVID, people kept going to performance. And in other states that did shut down for a couple of years, they've lost 20 or more % of their audience. People just found other things to do. So we were lucky in Florida that people kept performance as part of their lifestyle. And I'm getting to an answer as soon as I remember the question, Jay. Demographic, thank you. Primarily within 30-minute drive. You know, we do, I'd say, and again, like, when you look at something like Postmodern Jukebox, people will come from Alabama, they'll come from Atlanta, they'll come from other areas. Dusty Slay, they'll come from all sorts of areas, for instance, because we're one of the few places presenting it. But our sort of more day-to-day kind of performance, people are driving within a half hour. Yeah. But driven primarily from Alachua County. Thank you all so much. Those are great questions.
Brian, thank you for talking with us today. And then as a little show of appreciation, we are going to make a donation to the Rotary Foundation in your name.
Thank you.
And this fellow over here is going to take a...
Oh, that's good.
All righty. Just a quick reminder, next week we'll have fellow Rotarian Phil Cabler with CDS Family and Behavioral Health Services as our speaker. The quote of the day: I regard the theater as the greatest of all art forms, the most immediate way in which human being can share with another the sense of what it is to be a human being. Thornton Wilder. And today's Rotary Reading Safari winner is 568. 568. You win again? Man, and we are adjourned.